from vacation and we're diving straight into the cavey. Well, to be truthful, it took me at least 3 or 4 days to get back into modeling, but we are back, and first up is a pin wash. Til Lung, pretty good, black oils, and a splash of thinner. Simple, but effective. Usually one of the first steps after the base coat goes down, this is where you start picking out all the details and the model really begins to come to life. I'm applying mine over a gloss varnish from AK. It really helps the wash flow into all the places you want, thanks to good old capillary action. Once you finish this step, of course, you clean up the mess with a bit of thinner. But hey, while you watch that happen, don't worry, it's quick. Let's ramble a bit. Before I left New Jersey and the insane drivers, I was born there so I can say that, I swung by an overpriced hobby shop and grabbed the tank and paint supplies I'll need for my Echoes from the Past build. Yep, the ghost tank is finally happening. I also ordered a bunch of models and supplies, so there's plenty to show you in the coming months. Now let's see if I can remember what's on the way. 2 tigers, a stug, and a puma. Oh, and a boatload of ammo by MIG stuff too. Once it all arrives, I'll put together a video to show it off. Alright, that's enough rambling for now. Let's move on to the dot filter. Although, in this case, it kind of turned into something else entirely. A filter is where you apply different oils to the model to create streaking and tonal variations. I haven't quite nailed the technique yet, so I included some ammo filters to hopefully skip this step altogether. This time it gave me a nice faded look, but honestly, I'd rather just use those filters I ordered. My main problem with this technique is the limited color range in my Til Lung oils. Ooh, I nailed it. I'm using Winsor and Newton, which are more like a Bob Ross style. Great paints, but they need long hours for the linseed oil to soak away before you can work with them. It's definitely a good technique and it has its uses, but honestly I want to start to shy away from it. Yeah, you do need to thin these down with thinner to get that effect. Oh my god, they're back, the clicks. To get that effect, but like I said, something a little different happened here. I was using very little thinner to get that faded tonal variety you're seeing. This is kind of that thing you usually done with an airbrush. I forget the exact term. Is it pre-shading? You know what I mean. So, why am I not using the airbrush? Well, my airbrushes, even though they are cheap, could probably do the job, but my compressor is the real bottleneck. It's a Neo Air, basically just a rattle can of air. But when I got back home and started checking Facebook Marketplace like I always do, I found wait for it, I'm going to chop this one up, a Pache Talon airbrush and a compressor combo for only $100. Sells for like $400 online. Yeah, you heard that right, so watch out. Oh, and now we're on to the track technique. I actually have a full tutorial on that. Check it out right up here. For now, let's keep on the rambling. Let's keep rambling. While I was ordering, I figured I'd grab some tools for the different jobs involved in building and painting models. You know, all those techniques I want to do properly, but don't quite have the gear for them. So, ended up ordering quite a bit of ammo by MIG. I really love their products, plus after watching some of their videos, I got even more convinced to try them out. Some of the stuff I ordered will actually be replacing the track technique I'm showing you here. Pigments do a great job, but they are messy and pretty time consuming. I'm planning to try out some different rust and dust washes to see if I can get the same effect, or even maybe something better. I've got a crap ton of supplies piled up on my bench, and I'm guessing a lot of you are in the same boat. Most of it I don't even use. So I'm trying to streamline things and narrow it down to just the essential tools I actually need for weathering. I want this hobby to be fun first and foremost, but also a bit easier too. While browsing the ammo site, I came across these sets called Yakumo. They're from Mr. Hobby. Basically, they're a streamlined set of weathering products, and they've got 4 different sets that cover just about everything, desert tanks to winter vehicles. You name it. Naturally, I rushed to toss them all into my cart, but then I paused and actually thought about it. One of the sets for winter tanks, just missed the ice machine if you caught it, had everything you need to weather the type of build, and then it hit me. The stuff in those sets isn't really any different from what ammo already sells individually, so instead of dropping over $100 on the fancy sets, I just picked up the supplies separately, most of which I already had, and which definitely helped cut the cost. So basically I focused on getting supplies for one specific build, just what I need to follow a step-by-step weathering process for that particular tank. Alright, enough of that. The chipping is up next, so let's get back to the build. This is a really hard technique. I'm trying to get better at chipping with just a brush. After watching too many videos on the subject, I think I finally leveled up. Ding! Level 2 unlocked. There are a bunch of different ways to chipping. Here I started with a lighter base coat, but you could also begin with the chipping color and build the base coat around it. Another method is to use some foam to lay down a scatter of chips and then come in with a brush to add tonal variety. Honestly, it's all about how you want to approach it. I'd recommend checking out some videos by Ammo by Mig. He's really good at this technique. Really good. You'll learn a lot. Today I actually discovered a new tool for chipping, but I'm kinda on the fence about mentioning it, at least until it arrives. Yep, I ordered it. It's from another creator, and I'll definitely give credit once I've had a chance to try it out myself. Alright, coming up is something I've always wanted to try, but I've been too afraid of ruining my models. The mud effect. I'm using some AK dry mud, and I'm applying it to the lower hull, right inside where the road wheels are. The color, well, it definitely looks like dried mud, but to me it didn't quite look right. So before I got too far, like I'm doing right now, I decided to add some pigments to the mix. Before it fully dried, I added some Russian earth pigment to give it a nice caked on mud effect. Later on, I'd only apply the AK mud in smaller areas so I'd have more time to work and get the effect just right. When you do techniques like this, especially for the first time, you will develop it along the way. Let's be honest, some of these steps, if not done right, can definitely wreck your hard work. That can make them pretty daunting and hard to take the plunge on. But don't let that stop you, just dive in. Even a ruined model teaches you more than playing it safe. I'm no Van Gogh here, I'm just someone who fails until I succeed. I mean, people like Mig Jimenez, Night Shift, how do you think they got this way? They kept trying, different techniques until they got good at it. Alright, now we are on to streaking effects, and it is July 4th and the fireworks are going to begin. If you start to hear them, then I've gone too late. Okay, a pretty easy technique to master. I'm using some Ammo by Mig streaking washes, applying them along the sides of the hull, and then with a saw type brush and some thinner, I'll pull those streaks downward. Keep repeating this until you get the effect you want. The great thing is you can pretty much wash it away and try again as many times as you need. You can even layer more washes for a heavier look. Now, weld seams don't actually rust, but hey, it's my model and I like how it looks. Here I'm laying down some more of that wash to build up that heavier look. This is a fun one to try, and you can do it with oils as well. It definitely gives the model a nice weathered feel. Streaking usually happens mostly on turrets and on any sloping areas, so try not to overdo this step. Keep it to the spots where it naturally occurs, like the sides of a tank. This is a technique I recently tried out on my Tiger and Elephant, and it came out great. Basically, you apply a pigment color to the model and then use some thinner as a binder. The trick is to avoid touching the powder directly. Just let capillary action do its thing. This is another one of those scary techniques, but it's actually pretty forgiving. You can use thinner to wash most of it away and get that realistic dirty tank look. Would this tank really be this dirty? Well, about a third of fighting in Russia was in winter, so yeah, I think it would be. And again, it's my model. Alright, let's keep the ramble going while you watch the final steps of this technique. I'm really eager to get my new airbrush going, but the Tiger and Elephant need to be finished first. The Opel kinda went south for the winter, and didn't turn out the way I wanted. So it's been hidden away. And the supply wagon, yeah, I'll get to that one eventually. The tiger and elephant are pretty much done, and I may not have enough video for each to make a full video, so I might just put together a quick video just to show them finished. What I really want to start is the ghost tank, and I'm thinking of tackling the figures first. But if I can't pull them off, well, the ghost tank might disappear just as fast as it appeared. The RSO is on my list, but it's an older kit and tough to find at a decent price. I've got my tigers on the way though, planning a winter tiger build, and that should be a lot of fun. The puma's another great subject I'm looking forward to, and oh my god, those kids in the background. And I even picked up some modern stuff to break things up a bit, if that didn't break things up. To keep bringing you quality content, I'm planning to focus on just one kit a month and spread it out over several videos, one each Saturday. And as of the time of this recording, I have hit 1,000 subscribers. That is an awesome milestone, and I am incredibly grateful for each and every one of your support. Thank you so much. And look, we have completed the model. It's done. What was that? I'm really pleased with how this model turned out. It started as an abandoned kit buried in the back of my closet, and now, well, you see the result. The stowage in the back was done off camera, and I'll admit, I kind of rushed it to get this video out. Honestly, pieces like that really deserve to be treated as a separate build and give the full attention they need. The rifle tracks from the KV1 kit did work, and they are definitely a cheaper option, but honestly, model casting or Fruel model, oh, finally, tracks would have been much better choice. I don't think I'll be doing another Russian tank anytime soon, and if I do, it probably won't be an older kit like this one, maybe one of the newer Tamiya releases instead. So, moving forward, I'm planning to refine my content a bit like I mentioned. Each month, I'll focus on one featured model build with a new video dropping each Saturday. In the background, I'll also be working on a reimagined build, starting with the ghost tank, Echoes from the Past. So be sure to subscribe and join in on the fun. The Hawk is already mad that I ordered more models, but wait until she sees the big tiger box that's coming. She's gonna flip. Unless I can sneak it into the house without those hawkish eyes spotting me. Alright, I hope you enjoyed how the KV turned out, and once again, a huge thank you for helping me hit 1K. You're all awesome, and I'm excited to keep this growing this community with you. Enjoy the final photos, and I will see you in the next video, coming next Saturday.